All right. I think we're live. Welcome to Gary Negbaur's first Sunday virtual concert series, um, streaming to you over Facebook and YouTube and thus over the whole world. So we're going to dive in to a tune I think we all need right now. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let her memory torture me. Our Whiskey River don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me. Our Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let her memory torture me. Our Whiskey River don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me. I'm drowning in this Whiskey River, bathing my memory and mind in the wetness of its soul. Feeling the amber current running through my mind, and warm and an empty heart you left so cold. Our Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let her memory torture me. Our Whiskey River don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let her memory torture me. Our Whiskey River don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me. You're all I got, take care of me. Oh, yeah. All right. Happy Sunday. I hope someone's riding that Whiskey River. I drank from my unnamed beverage.
You have to sit back a little bit if you're singing into the webcam.
Well, I have to sit where I sit. I can move the camera, but I got to be where I is. So, yeah, two cameras. I mean, we're making constant improvements here in the Gary Negbaur streaming studio. We've got curtains. It's curtains for y'all. And we've got a team of hardworking folks behind the scenes. They might even get introduced over the course of the show. We'll see. But I'm really pleased to start doing this Sunday thing. We've been doing Tuesday nights American time, but the Sunday is sort of built for around the world because it's good for brunch time in the U.S. and it's good for evening time in Europe, Israel, and then super late night in Asia. So wherever you are, it goes with whatever beverage you're drinking. That's kind of the idea. I'm going to do a tune now, a Duke Ellington tune, and my connection to this tune is weirdly, when I was in high school, the instructor of my jazz band was a guy named Dr. Bell. And Dr. Bell was Aaron Bell, who was Duke Ellington's bass player. In fact, for you record collectors, if you get that Duke Ellington John Coltrane album on bass is none other than Aaron Bell. So it was really hip for me as a kid to learn Duke Ellington tunes from someone who played with Duke. So I'm going to do a Duke Ellington classic with the verse, the introductory verse that nobody ever plays. When I'm not playing solitaire, I take a book down from the shelf. And what with all those programs on the air, I'm going to do this again. There we go. When I'm not playing solitaire, I take a book down from the shelf. And what with all those programs on the air, I keep pretty much to myself. I miss the Saturday dance. I heard that crowded the floor. I couldn't bear it without you. I don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. I got as far as my door. They'd have asked me about you, oh, and that's exactly why I don't get around much anymore. Well, darling, I guess my mind is more at ease, but nevertheless, oh, I stir up all those memories. I've been invited on dates. I might have gone, but what for? What's awfully different without you? Oh, I don't get around much anymore. Mm. Mm. I miss the Saturday dance. I heard they crowded the floor. It's awfully different without you, so I don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. I got as far as my door. Well, they'd have asked me about you. Oh, I don't get around much, not anymore. Darling, I guess that my mind is more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up all those memories? I've been invited on dates. Oh, I might have gone, but what for? It's different without you, and I don't get around much. No, not anymore. No, I don't get around much anymore. All right. Okay.
We got Paris in the house.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you said that. Yvette is manning the chat, womaning the chat, and it is always great if people join us in the chat room and just say hello and where they're listening from, just so we have a sense that we're not alone in it all, that we're not just sitting here playing for a couple of computers.
Or an original from your album, from your first album.
I always like to honor that. Man, there's nothing that makes a songwriter happier than saying, "Hey, man, play one of yours." Actually, weirdly, it's exactly where I had it in my yeah. Isn't that something? Okay. What's that?
Good timing, Jennifer.
Good timing, yeah. All right, so I am going to do one from the old first album, and it's for
Jennifer.
For Jennifer. Okay, we're sending this out for Jennifer. Should I do the costume change? Think we're ready for that?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to do that. Every show we do a costume change. And that's as dramatic as that gets. Woo woo! Sometimes my sometimes my staff takes my wardrobe change, and sometimes they just don't. You know, they're just like, man, we don't need to do that. That's not in my job description. All right, so I'm gonna even unroll my, or I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. I'm gonna roll my sleeves. Yes, so I'm gonna do a tune that is off of my first album, the Gary Negbaur "Let Me Explain" record, um, which I did back in '94. Sounds like another. Well, I guess it was a whole another millennia. Well, sometimes you lose your money. Sometimes you even lose your job. But I said that ain't nothing, honey, like the feeling when you have lost your love. That's why I'm like a fisherman today. Oh, I'm singing about the one that got away. Ex-love, why me? Be friends, oh, I see you are okay. M-I, oh, you see, baby, E-I-M in pain. The alphabet love game, may I complain? She was my lover and my best friend. I still wish we could make amends, but it looks as though the book has been read. The story of our love is just a tragedy trip. I guess I'll get through these days and nights, but I tell you, my heart, it puts up quite a fight. Ex-love, why me? Be friends, oh, I see. Ah, you are okay. M-I, oh, you see, babe, E-I-M in pain. The alphabet love game, let me complain. I'm gonna complain right here. You see that cheerleader move I did? Oh, I saw her again. I'm feeling low. She was my lover just 1 ex ago. She's so beautiful and I'm so alone. I started to hear the alphabet moan. Weren't for that letter between W and Y, oh, she'd still be my honey pie. Ex-love, why me? Be friends, oh, I see you are okay. M-I, oh, you see, hun, E-I-M in pain. The alphabet love game filled with X's, Y's, and you. Oh, ex-lover, I miss A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. All right, one from the old days. The old days and the new days. And speaking of the new days, this is one that's going to be off of the new record. I'm just adjusting this camera. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. It's trying to get closer to me. You know, I have that effect, you know. it's it's my magnetism. Okay. All right.
Nobody can see your pores.
Oh. Oh man, I hope man, I'm hoping to get some sponsors. Maybe I'll get a skincare sponsor. Either because my pores are so good or because they're so bad. I did want to get a liquor sponsor. We've been talking about that. Yeah, it'd be nice. Like a rye would be cool. All right. So this is a tune. This is one of my favorite tunes written by Irving Berlin. I think it may be a perfect tune. It's just super elegant and concise, and just a mastery of of um, of the form, of what a standard is. Um, and I think part of the reason it may resonate so much, Irving Berlin was known as this guy. They interviewed him and they said, "Hey, which comes first, the music or the lyrics?" And he said, "The contract." So so he was a pretty he was a machine. He was a practical guy, and he worked right here on West 28th Street at Tin Pan Alley when he started. And But this tune, allegedly, he wrote from a personal place. It was about, at the time, his fiancee was far apart from him, and he was feeling the distance. So maybe that's why. But whatever it is, just a great tune, and it will be on the next record coming out in February. So get excited. What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wondering who's been kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just this photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with just my dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? What'll I do when you're far away and I'm blue? What'll I do when I'm wondering who's been kissing you? Oh, what'll I do with just this photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with just my dreams of you, it won't come true, no, I'll still be blue, oh, 'cause I won't have you. What'll I do?
you remember when you, Gail, Brad, and him sang that song while walking down the street like 35 years ago? And I don't know if it was this song or the one before.
Oh, it might have been the one before. I was probably doing one of mine, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, some resonance. All right, so that was Irving Berlin's "What'll I Do," which is featured on this next record that I'm making out in February. And the title of that record is "You've Got to Be Carefully Taught," which brings us to the video segment of tonight or today's show. I got a great chance to do this video. It took quite a while to make. It was filmed in New Orleans in a couple of sessions way before this pandemic hit, so none of us have masks on. um, but it is the title song of the tune. It felt very resonant at the time, kind of both very much of the moment of some of the issues that are coming up about what we memorialize and statues and who we honor and issues of racial reconciliation, but all of which comes down to, of course, love and respect of one another. The tune is, of course, a Rodgers and Hammerstein classic from South Pacific, 1949 musical, and very much explored the roots of prejudice and I think gives a hint of the remedies. So without further ado, we are going to go to the video. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught. Got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught year to year. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you're 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught. Enjoyed that video. It was a treat to get to make, and we're looking forward to the record. So I spend a lot of time in New Orleans. It's sort of my second home, and with the pandemic, I haven't been able to get down there. And it does seem like whatever trouble, whatever tragedy comes, there's always another one afterwards. That they just seem to get hit and hit and hit and just keep getting back up. Which is part of the spirit of the city. Just what 2 days ago, they got hit with a hurricane, so it just doesn't seem to end. And unfortunately, this great Randy Newman song always seems to be resonant. But I'm going to send this out to all my friends down in New Orleans, and looking forward to seeing you guys soon. What happened down here is the wind has changed. Clouds rolling from the north, and it start to rain. It rained real hard, it rained for a real long time. 6 feet of water in the streets of Evangeline. River rose all day, river rose all night. Some people got caught in the flood and some got away all right. River busted clear down to Plaquemine. 6 feet of water in the streets of Evangeline. Louisiana, Louisiana, oh, they're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. Louisiana, Louisiana, oh, they're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. President Coolidge come down in a railroad train with a little fat man with a notebook in his hand. Well, he said, little fat man, isn't it a shame what the river has done to this poor cracker's land? Louisiana, Louisiana, they're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. Louisiana, Louisiana, oh, they're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. Yeah. But they ain't gonna wash us away. Thank you very much. I'm going to follow.
We got Kansas City in the house.
We got Kansas City too.
And we have LA. We have two Kansas Cities and we have LA.
Man, this is so nice. We really are all over the place. West Coast, East Coast, and Europe. This is really a nice feeling. I'm going to follow that Louisiana oriented tune with one of my own, if I may. This one is called Piety or Desire. And it's sort of about two streets in New Orleans, Piety and Desire Street, which are parallel to one another, which I thought was kind of amusing. Actually, if you really want to get in the history of New Orleans and deep down the rabbit hole, Desire Street, this is a good trivia tidbit that most people don't know or care. But we know about the streetcar named Desire and a street named Desire, and that seems to kind of make sense to us. But it was actually supposed to be and was Desiree Street, and then it was anglicized to Desire. So you can amaze your friends, even your New Orleans friends, with that tidbit. So here we go, Piety or Desire. Glen Burgundy, it's a Bywater night. BJ's for drinks, more a paw for a bite. I see a chick trying to take my ride. A cruiser in pink is just to the side. I ask if she might find she's colorblind. She says, you're almost cute and I am almost drunk. I said, have one more, I'll be a Hollywood hunk. We step into Bud Rips and have a few. She says she lives in the neighborhood too. Funny, I never laid my eyes on you. I could choose piety or desire. In New Orleans, you can't be right in between. I'm feeling the flames grow higher. I could head on home, or I could go out and roam. Piety or desire. We step out of that bar, we're sharing a joke, having a laugh and trading some smoke, walking our bikes back to her front door. She's glad she didn't steal my wheels before. We can roll down the street when we wanna meet. I could choose piety or desire. In New Orleans, you can't be right in between. I'm feeling the flames grow higher. I could head on home, or I could go out and roam. Piety or desire. I headed on home, but I almost swerved. I tried to do wrong, but I lost the nerve. Maybe I'd read the wrong sign, or maybe she would change her mind. I'm still in this hood, life can't be beat. Me and my gal and pitter-pattering feet. But ever so often when I'm cruising around, I see a mosaic on the ground. A choice that once seemed clear, it echoes in my ear. I could choose piety or desire. In New Orleans, you can't be right in between. I'm feeling the flames grow higher. I could head on home, or I could go out and roam. Piety or desire. Piety or desire. Woohoo! Okay. I'm moving my face back. I don't know what I mean by that. All right. Like my pretty colored beverage here. I'm not saying what's in it. I'm not saying. So keeping sort of with a New Orleans theme. This is a Beatles tune. It's a Paul tune, and he was very much inspired by Fats Domino. In fact, they later got to meet, the Beatles got to meet Fats Domino. It was a big moment for them. And so Paul wrote this tune based on kind of a Fats Domino style lick on the piano. And later, for those of you record collectors out there, Fats Domino actually recorded it. And weirdest of all is on that record, Fats sings it, but it's actually James Booker on the piano, who is another New Orleans legendary pianist. Very cool arrangement, which is nothing like the way I'm going to play it, which is kind of, I guess, my arrangement. And here that goes. Lady Madonna, children at your feet, wondering how you manage to make ends meet. Who finds the money when you pay that rent? Did you think the money was heaven sent? Friday night arrives without a suitcase, Sunday morning creeping like a nun, Tuesday morning learn to tie your bootlace, yeah. See how they run, well, Lady Madonna, children on your breast, I'm wondering how you manage to feed the rest. Oh, Lady Madonna, lying in your bed, listen to that music playing in your head. Tuesday afternoon, it's never ended. Oh, Wednesday's morning, paper didn't come. Thursday night, your stocking needed mending. See how they run, well, Lady Madonna, children at your feet, I'm wondering how you manage to make ends meet. Oh yeah. Yeah. A little different. So I think you hear the Fats Domino in there. I realized, I was thinking about this the other day. As I became a professional pianist, there were all these heroes who were Fats, like Fats Domino and Fats Waller, and I was never going to be fat. And I was like, can I be skinny Gary Negbaur? Or Slim Gary Negbaur? Is that like a hip name? I don't know. Maybe Slim. Okay. Ectomorph Gary. Ectomorph. Endomorph. Anyway, it just didn't seem as cool as like Fats. Anyway. All right, here's one of my tunes by Slim Gary Negbaur. When I first laid my eyes on you, you looked like something that I dreamed. And the way you walked my way, and the way you said hello, oh, the gentle way you touched me, baby, I had to say, you got it. Like a dream, well, it all just went away. Rolled out of bed and it was over. I watched you hit the road. I was left to count my scars. I looked down to try to find my heart. That's when I knew you got it. Your letter says that everything has changed, and you finally found the one who makes you feel real. Well, I can't lose what I never had, so I should be feeling fine. Just a footnote in your book, just a preface to romance. We'd never had true love, baby. Now it's so clear you got it. Thought I'd have another chance, maybe one more try, but I'll just say goodbye, 'cause you got it. Thank you very, very.
And I just checked YouTube, and Elsa and Alex are watching.
Oh, okay. If you can comment on that one too, to just say, hey.
I
It's hard. You know, we're broadcasting this over YouTube and Facebook. That's how ubiquitous we're trying to be. We're trying to put it out there for the whole wide world. But actually, you know, even if you're not on a member of Facebook or YouTube, you can still access it no matter what. And the other cool thing about streaming is that if you don't catch it live, it's all archived, so you can always catch it now or later. But it's really nice. I have to say, it does feel really different when there are people actively in the chat saying, "Hey." Uh, it sort of helps this distance between performers and audiences these days to sort of at least simulate it this way. Um, so this tune, or this story, some of you may have heard, but but um, but I have to retell it. So when I'm not on the piano bench, I am often hanging out with my wife Yvette, who's right here in the room. Our son Max. We have a dog Amber. We do regular stuff. You know, we play with the dog out in the dog park. We watch family movies that usually involve a superhero, and we go to birthday parties and things like that. And a few years back, when Max was a little guy, we went off to a birthday party, and it was kind of the usual thing: pizza and cake, parents standing around, and a clown comes out to entertain the kids. And my wife leans over to me and says, "I used to date the clown." Now, of all the things I was expecting to hear in my life, this was not a phrase I was prepared for. I was filled with so many questions that I am wise enough not to answer. Something about big shoes, big hands. I don't know, but balloon animals. But I kept my cool and I just thought about it for a while. And as it settled in, it kind of made sense to me because if you meet Yvette, for those of you who have not, I think we have a crowd that mostly is people who have. She's got this smile that really lights up the room, and it made sense to me that she would date the clown, you know, because someone who likes to smile would probably date a clown. But listen, all of this is a happy story. She ended up with the bald piano player, and it all worked out really well. But I would like to dedicate this tune. My voice is breaking. I'm so excited. I'd like to dedicate this tune to Yvette and her smile. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, that sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring out the rain, stop your sighing. You'll be happy again when you're smiling. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, that sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring out the rain, stop your sighing. You'll be happy again when you're smiling. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Oh, the whole world smiles with you.
Yay!
I was hoping I'd get applause at least in the house for that one. Okay, this tune, how are we doing? All right, we're okay. This tune, a friend of mine turned me on to and said, you know, you should really do this tune. And I listened to it, and I was thinking about it. It was kind of in the back of my head, and um, I always listen to a few different versions. If there are different versions, go back to the original version, and then try to think about myself and what I can bring to it. And so I was in that process, and I went to bed one night, and I in my dream I was playing the tune, which I hadn't yet worked out. And the next morning I went to the piano and I played what I had dreamed, and that was this, which was just a cool experience. And I guess it sort of speaks to kind of how musicians work. That it's what I try to explain to my wife all the time, that I'm working all the time. Like my conscious and my subconscious, it might look like nothing is happening, but even when I'm sleeping, the wheels are turning. So I really should have less chores because I'm working 24. Anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of this a little bit of tribute to the subconscious, maybe. When the rain is falling in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When evening shadows and the clouds appear and there's no one there to dry your tears, I would hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never let you down. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. Oh, I go hungry, I'd go black and blue. Oh, I'd go crawling down this avenue. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. A storm is raging on the open sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free, but they ain't seen nothing like me yet. I'd make you happy, make your dreams come true. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. Oh, I'd go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. Thank you very, very. That's a Bob Dylan tune. Adele had a big hit with that.
Joanna Delson is enjoying your music. She says she doesn't think you guys have seen each other since you were kids.
Holy crow.
She didn't know how talented you were.
Well, I'm glad she found out. Only took 50 years. All right, well, no, thank you for joining me, man. That's one of the cool things about the internet is people can find you everywhere.
And Joe Devin I guess he's in Arizona now. He just moved from LA.
Okay.
He wants to know if Amber sings.
Oh,
They said she yawns.
Amber's our dog. Yeah, she yawns. She used to spend a lot of time right there, kind of by my foot, when she was a little pup. She would sleep spread eagle, and as I was practicing, I'd get to look at that, which was kind of funny. It would crack me up. All right, wow! I'm so glad so many people joined us from all over the place. I should take this opportunity with all gratitude to bring up the issue of gratuity. That we love doing this.
Smooth.
Smooth. That was that a good transition? Yeah, I see. I don't know. Anyways, we love doing this. We try to keep improving it, and also our staff, which is basically Michael Grenadier, is working hard, and I have to pay him in beers, and it's it really does add up. Um, but he's doing a great job with putting in the video and multiple cameras. We're just keep getting better and better. He's doing the switch. Just so you know, we got more than one camera. And Yvette working the chat here. So I gotta help these people out. But anyway, so if anyone's so inclined, we've got PayPal and Venmo, and of course, it's always great if you support the arts by picking up a CD or a download, which you can do at my website or Amazon or any other place that you get your music from. We're gonna take it home on this next one, which is the state song of Louisiana. You are my sunshine. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I woke, dear, oh, I was mistaken. And I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, don't you take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy. If you'll only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, oh, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, you're my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, don't you take my sunshine away. Hey, ho, come on now. You told me once, dear, you'd always love me and no one else could come between. But then you left me to love another. How you went and all my dreams. Come on, you are my sunshine. You'll never know how much I love you. Oh, don't you take my sunshine away. Oh, don't you take her away. All right. Thank you, all you beautiful people out there in the world joining us. Please do spread the word. We're going to keep it going. We do the first Sunday of each month at 2 o'clock Eastern, and you all can do the math for wherever you're from. And then we do Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern. So that's 5 o'clock out on the West Coast and all that math. Except this Tuesday.
Oh,
What?
I said Joe went to Arizona. It's Nevada.
Nevada, Arizona. Okay. So we do Tuesdays, except this Tuesday is who knows what day. So we're gonna cosmically leave that one alone. I do also have a new thing I'm doing. I'm starting to teach a class. Imagine listening to me sing and play and then pontificate about the source, the roots of American music. If that's appealing to you and asking and answering questions, the Staten Island JCC has sponsored this class. You can find out information on my Facebook page and my website. And so that's something we're trying to get kicking too, to just discuss this wonderful tradition that I work in. And we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining us.